In this video, I will show you a perfect cloth simulation inside Unreal Engine. So let's get started. This is a quick tutorial, so I'm not going to show you how to dress up your metahuman because I think you already know. Next, here I have my metahuman and here I have my chaos cloth. Let me show you. The setup is pretty basic, not like the last time I showed. So here it is. Let me show you why I made this from step by step. So let's go to physics and I will name this as a tutorial. Is the trash data flow by Unreal Engine, which you can use if you make clothes inside Marvel Designer, and you can use USD import, and then you can just use this setup. But whenever I tried this setup, my Unreal Engine crashes and it's not actually good. So let's delete this, and first let's create a static mesh node to import our static mesh. This is my dress static mesh. So if you don't have your dress static mesh, then you can just go to your outfit, open the skeletal mesh, and here you can click on make static mesh. Now let's go back to the setup. Let's get the second node to import our static mesh, because it loads our static mesh. And next we need transfer skin weights. We are going to transfer skin weights, and here let's choose our metahuman body mesh skeletal mesh and click on accept, right? And next we need weight maps. So weight maps, and then we need default simulation. Also, next search for max distance and click on show, or just click here, so you will get the weight map. This is where we have to connect the weight map. One thing to keep in mind: name your weight map max distance with capital M and D with no spaces, and then click on enter and accept, so it can get the weight map data to this node. And change the transfer type to 3D mesh. I guess that's better. And simulation, the mesh target is simulation. You also can change it to render, but simulation is fine. And next, we need the long distance relationship attachment problem. Just kidding. Simulation long range attachment config. Connect the kinematic vertices 3D to fixed and set. And also next we need the physics asset. So this node, this is where we have to set our character physics. So in case you don't know, let me open the physics asset. This is the asset where we have all the collision spheres, but sometimes this won't work as intended. So in that case, I closed the window by mistake. So if we go here, I have another physics ada1 file. So if I duplicate this and let's leave it as it is, now let's open it, and now I will delete all the spheres. Now right click on the skeletal mesh and click on generate skinned triangle mesh. It will generate a new data for your mesh, and now let's save it. This one is better. The other one is also good but not perfect, so we can prefer to use this one. So let's use the physics ada 2, and now we need collision config, simulation collision config. And next we need a solver. This is important to avoid our metahuman intersecting with the cloth. Next we need cloth asset terminal to render our mesh. So anyway, let's go to weight map. Now we are going to paint the map. I'm not going to be precise for the sake of the tutorial, because if I spend too much time on painting on my mesh, it will take hours, not hours. I'm just making stupid statements, maybe few minutes, but let's make the tutorial short. I will just paint it randomly here. Where Make sure the brush mode is on paint. Now let's paint it. This is just random paint. I'm not precise. I'm not spending much time on it. But if you want, you can use smooth brush to smooth out the borders, as you can see here. Just an tip for you in order to get. As you can see, the simulation is already started and it's taking 10 milliseconds, which is faster. But again, if I let me show one thing. If I get my metahuman body here, and let's get a animation, walk animation, this one, you can see it is intersecting with the body. To what that, first let's change the settings here. For the simulation, the density is set to, I suggest you to use 1 if the cloth is bit thicker than the silk. If you have a leather cloth, then you can change the density to 2. Also, let's scroll down, and here we have the friction coefficient. I always leave it on 0, but I think default may work in some cases. Also, the collision thickness should be 1.05 or 1.1, and then set it. Also, there is a CCD. CCD is continuous collision detection, so it can detect but the collision continuously, but it is really heavy on your GPU. It might crash your project, or it's not good for gaming. It's only useful if you are making cinematics, but don't use it for game. And self collision, good. GPU heavy always cause FPS tanking. Don't use it. And this one is same, like collision spheres. It's same, but not good as CCD. Also, let's scroll down. Here we have the drive stiffness, animation drive stiffness. We can increase it if our cloth is falling uh, on the floor, but if the cloth is fine, just like mine, the way it is now, so you don't have to use it. Also, scroll down. Here we have the iteration count. Let's increase it to 10. Right now, let's go ahead, leave it on default. Should be on default. Use planar constraint for what? Complex. No, let's uncheck this. Here's the solver. Solver will fix most of the problem. Change the sub steps to 8 and change the number iterations to 2, and it will fix most of the problem. Now it's not intersecting with our midterm. This is the setup I use. The solver may tank your FPS, even it's a cinematic, but if you have a good GPU, then it might can handle uh, the solver config node. So this is the setup I use. I hope I didn't waste your time. I made this really simple. uh, So if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section. If you want, let me show you how it looks inside to on our MetaHuman. So the new asset name is tutorial. Let's, sorry for my shitty accent. Uh, I just pretend like I know some accent, even though I don't. Let's go to viewport, and here we have the chaos cloth. Let me show how I add it. Make sure you have selected your body on the component section. Go to add, and here search for chaos cloth component. You can name it anything you like, but I'm just leaving on default. And here is the asset section on the cloth component, and here choose the asset you just imported and click on compile and save it. For some reason, the materials are missing, which is not a problem for now. First, we are going to check if it's simulating properly. As you can see, it is. And there are more things you guys might want to add. For example, The aerodynamics, you can use it, you can add them, something around here, I guess. Just get aerodynamic simulations and connect it here, and then connect it here, right? And now just add the wind velocity to -8 on the y-axis, and you can see it is now affected by the wind. You can increase the density or everything you like, and here is the collision. In case you want to check, this is the collision we are using, and the default collision is good, but not good enough for our metahuman. So if I go here, now it is affected by the wind here as well. This is the map where I showed you the render from. Okay, so if I go here and let me go to my, as you can see, the cloth is working as it intended. There are no problems. Yes, I painted it wrong, so maybe balloon can fall out from the clothes, which is not a good thing. We should focus on painting on the imported, not imported, but imported areas. Important areas are, the front. I don't know how to say this, but I think you get the idea, like how paint works. The last problem I see here is the textures are missing. I don't know where the textures went. Oh, here it is. This is where you have to apply the materials. I'm sorry, I almost forgot about it. So if I go here, I think trying to remember. Yes, this is where you have to apply them. Just make sure you apply the correct ones on the correct slots. Okay, now the materials are okay. And here it is. And I really want to thank everyone who subscribed my channel. We already hit 21,000 subscribers. Thanks a lot for supporting me, and I'm sorry for keep posting sponsored video lately. I just have to earn some money to upgrade my setup. So if you guys don't like it, I hint maybe becoming a member on YouTube will be a bit helpful in that, so I can keep posting the good videos to for all of you.